I just had like the craziest, saddest thought. Um, I'm in the stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies and find love. And I had another talking phase yet again fall through. And my friend was like, you'll meet the one day, don't give up. But now I'm at a point where I hope I don't, because what happens if I meet him and he wants kids and I'm too old to not be able to give him any? So it's easier for me to say I don't want kids. Having like a weird existential crisis. I don't know why I'm posting this on TikTok, but I think I need to know I'm not alone.
Okay, so this one is the last one I'm going to respond to today. I might still delete the video. This made me very happy because this is my intention behind posting it. I just wanted to reach out and get a lifeline from other women who were in my position. And a lot of you guys are Black women too, which was even better. But I swear to God, if I get one more comment telling me to freeze my eggs, I'm gonna fucking barf. I am aware of my options. I just think that there's a heavy level of projection going on in my comment section. Desperate I am not. I can enjoy my own company. I have traveled outside of the country by myself twice. Thank you for all the comments about my looks. Thanks. I mean, I don't think I'm ugly either. I don't want to have kids at 50. What the fuck? No. At least not naturally, but kudos to the women who have. That's not my journey. I will not have kids. It wasn't necessarily about finding a man or getting pregnant right now. It's about rethinking what my future looks like. And I may not include any of those things and being okay with that.
So first, let me preface my statement by saying I am recording in the car, so excuse me for any of the background noise and road noise and cars passing by that you might hear. Okay, now let's get into it. Is this for real? So we find her crying about not being with someone and, getting older and potentially, running into the wall that is the biological wall. And then in the next video, we catch her kind of doing damage control and saying it's not about, you know, being with a man. So in the first one, you're having an existential crisis by your own words. And in the next one, you just posted this video so that you could kind of connect with other women, primarily Black women. Whoa. You know, Mr. Z has said on multiple platforms that a lot of these women are breaking. They're shattering. They're shattering because of their biology and their own expectations and their air quotes standards, all of these things running into each other, right? All of these things having a conflict with each other. And these particular women just don't know what to do with themselves. This young lady has traveled outside the country by herself twice, per her own words. She's not a unattractive lady, but she's having an existential crisis because women around her are getting married first. According to the data, women around the country aren't getting married like that under the age of 30. Not anymore, right? So maybe it's your circle, and which is understandable. But the existential crisis because you're 30, it's definitely understandable. Actually, this is the time to have an existential crisis. Actually, it should have maybe been 5 years ago, but that's a whole different conversation. But we're gonna see more of this, and whether we find more and more women posting on social media their struggles in the dating scene, right, or not being married or not having children, or whether they keep it close to chest, pretend like nothing is wrong, and then explode on random people that they're running into or their own family members, friends, and associates all the time. We understand that much of it is because of these reasons. They're single, they're lonely, they're unhappy, even when they're accomplished, even when they do have the money. We're not even going to talk about the women without the money and the status, and maybe not, so attractive. Even the attractive women with the money and the status, more than often, more than not, they're unhappy. They're unhappy. And the modern world and this feminist world that we live in has convinced them never to say they're unhappy because they don't have a man. Even this young lady who initially told us she's unhappy because she doesn't have a man, then went to go play cleanup and say, yeah, that's not the reason. Ladies, it's okay to admit that you want to be in a relationship with a man, you want to be loved on, and you want to love someone. It's okay. You don't lose cool points. But in this feminist world, you ladies, feel the need to play damage control when you give us a moment of honesty. Right? This reminds me of Lonnie Love from the talk, pretending like she was happy being single until she ended up with a white dude, and then, yeah, I was so lonely and so single, and it's okay to love, and yeah, you were pretending. You were holding out for Mr. Bodybuilder black guy, chisel chin black dude with the six pack, and when you finally came to the realization that that's not your life, you settled for the frumpy looking white dude. And then you're talking about love. We're going to see more of this. We're going to see more women shattering because too much of what they want and what life is are in conflict. Much of these things are diametrically opposed. Right? Yeah, binary. So I just wanted to, play these clips and see what you guys think. And this is unfortunate. This is sad. This young lady is not unattractive. Right? She needs to reflect and see why maybe she's single. And as we can see, she said it, she had a kind of a talk date thing fall through. And I guess either the guy stood her up or, it wasn't what she thought it was going to be. But in her moment of honesty, the first video, she told us what it was. And that's sad. That's truly sad. That now at 30, you're having an existential crisis. What happened when you were 22, 25, 27, 28, 29? You didn't feel the crunch then? You're feeling the crunch now because the women around you are getting married left and right? Now you're thinking, ooh, having a man would be great. See, what often happens, and this is a people thing, but primarily a woman thing, people think they can really just walk into a store and pick a person off of a shelf. Like other people aren't human beings. Like, ooh, I like ketchup. Let me go into the store and just go pick up ketchup. Until you realize, yeah, men have ideals and standards and things we want and personality archetypes that we like. And so when you're 30 and now you're having the existential crisis because the women around you are getting married, and you walk into the relationship store just eeny, meeny, miny, mo, this is what I want, and it doesn't work out, like, I don't know, men are objects just to be picked up off a shelf. Now we have an issue. Well, I wish the young lady all the best. It's not the end of the world yet. But maybe you want to take these things a little bit more seriously. You have some years. I'm not going to tell you the clock is ticking, but the clock is ticking. And we're going to find more and more women in this position. Primarily black women. But, this is truly sad. I truly wish her the best. I think she could get it together, especially if she follows through with the first video and not try to play cleanup like the second video. The first video was the real you, ma'am. Go with that. Understand that, yeah, you want to meet someone that you care about and that cares about you, and go with that. Let that feeling, that slight feeling of desperation, propel you. Now, don't be desperate and pick the wrong person or pick someone that's going to be harmful to you in your life. But be honest with yourself that you're unhappy and you feel lonely and single. Well, you are single, but you feel lonely. And that's okay. And you don't have to try to be stoic and keep a stiff upper lip for these crazy purple hair, bra burning feminists. Right? And I'll pause right there. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Mr. Z out.